Guten Morgen or good morning. This is the Food Forest Namibia, spreading permaculture into Africa. This morning we are spending some time buying pipes. Pipes is sort of a constant exposure. This is our first purchase. This is Agra, and then we still have to go to Permaculture to buy some more fittings. So it seems like the more effective you want your farm to run, the more pipes you need to be able to get. You don't haul around water, you can just open a tap, water a certain area and continue with your life. That's one of Joel Salatin's golden rules for farming is don't carry around water. Make sure that you have pipes. Plastic pipes, poly pipes, I think is one of the great inventions of the modern era. It makes moving around water, which is not a bad thing to move around, it's just so much easier. Okay, so this is Pupkovit's Mega Tech. Loads and loads of little hardware thingies. And then here is our pipe fitting section. These are for the class 3 pipes. And then these ones are for class 10 pipes. You can see, I'm going to show you some prices quickly. See here, the fitting costs about $7. Some other ones are a bit more expensive, $14, $6. Right, so the happenings in Mikon's garden. The 40mm pipe is going in now. The 25mm pipe, we struggled a little bit with the fittings. We got most. Our idea was to have a pipe in the middle. Going in the middle, that's why we dug this little hole. And then there's a tap coming out, and then you call it like a little manifold, like a little pipe here with 3 or 4 pipes going out, depending on what you plan to plant. Now it turns out that the fittings are so much more expensive that it's just cheaper to put 2 pipes in parallel here. And then if you then one day want to change the bed, you cut out this little piece, and put in straight fittings. Cut, say for instance this is a 3 pipe bed, that's a 4 pipe bed, and you want to change them, change the crop, you cut a little line there, cut a little line there, and then you change the system. With that system, just put straight fittings in. That's going to be at least 50% cheaper to do it that way. Anyway, let me show you quickly. These are spinach coming up. It is too densely planted. I planted it on the onion ratio, but we'll manage that. These are okra. I think they are doing quite well, coming up nicely. 2 lines of okra, they are spaced correctly. In this bed of onions, I don't see anything popping up yet, but at least we've got some life already, which is fantastic. Yeah, I think it's only those 3 beds that's showing signs of life. The other ones has been planted. Oh no, here's some spinach again. So the spinaches are coming up faster than everything else, seems like. So for the last 2 days we've been watering with the round sprinkler. That's not ideal. Hopefully we'll get all of these pipes in today and we can do that. So I often think to myself, there's so much sewage water going out of town, and I believe it's basically one of the town's best resources that's going to waste. It's all of this nutrients going to waste. But then something like this happens. Our setup is broken somehow. Obviously we're using now a lot more than we ever did, and the entrance is becoming a slurry. Very thick slurry. Now it's coming out, you can see the bubbles there. It's flowing again, but it was a thick slurry, and that goes through a couple of rooms, you can almost say, where different things happen. And then that's supposed to go in here, out there, and into the different beds. But not everybody wants to struggle. In fact, nobody wants to struggle with these kinds of smells and textures and things like this. It becomes very technical. Probably have to go get something that will digest these things faster. One of the reasons it's digesting too slow can be too much use, or maybe the biologics in there is broken, so you need something that will enhance and increase the speed of which it decomposes the inflow. Just went next door, my nephew called me and said, listen, we need some pictures for a thumbnail. I hoped that I was going to get all of the guys together and we'll do a great thumbnail, and then everybody we left the site before I could get home from work. So there's some thumbnails with me with a pickaxe and me making funny faces, and I know everybody said don't make the funny faces, but I hope you enjoy the funny faces. And then let's check out those pumpkins there. And the fact that I spend very little time actually swinging a pickaxe on that site wasn't lost on me. This was mostly done by other people. Well, 99% of it was done by other people. If 1% of that soil moved, was done by me. That's a lot. I spend most of my day doing normal work in town. But still, I feel proud that we did that for a birthday. So I hope you don't see too much irony in the thumbnail. Hopefully this is the last time that this round sprinkler is being used. Quickly spraying just to keep it moist. Thing is with new seeds, you always want the beds to be moist. Today the sun is cooking out here. The pipes are coming faster. We could not buy enough little tappies to make the beds all with taps. I'll show you what I mean. So you have different setups. You have a connection that just looks like this that you can use, that pushes into the pipe and then goes into the next pipe, or you can get a tap like this. Luckily I still had some left, and then we could only buy a couple. These are some of the ones that we bought, and so we will have some pipes without any taps. That's just straightly connected. And even though that's probably a negative thing, most of these beds will have to be watered anyway, quite often, and we will be able to do the beds. So you just want to show them this. Okay, so this is how you make the little holes. Use that little thing. You draw that, or turn that, and it goes pop. And then you just take one of these babies and you push it in there. So this one is one with onions, so the pipes will be much closer to one another. This is okra. The pipes are a little bit further away from one another, only two pipes. Anyway, so some pipes will have a straight connection without a tap for now, but luckily it's easily to replace. Once we get the taps, we can replace those ones quickly as well. Okay, my friends, while you marvel at my sunflowers, and you click that little like and subscribe button, and I chew on some beans, that is going to be the end of my story. Let me just show you this quickly. Little bits of sunflowers popping up everywhere. Damien's forest. I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.